We'll start. We'll start this morning with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So, Jerry, you want to do the fine?
I only have 2 happy bucks this morning, but I bought a ticket with one of them, so I have 1 happy buck this morning. Happy to be here. It's 2 for 1 day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, then I'll tell a little quick story. I don't know if I mentioned you guys, I was supposed to fly down to Florida for our condo board meeting. And I was supposed to be at the airport at 6 a.m. Sunday. Car woke up, took me to the airport. Everything was wonderful. Got there in plenty of time. Went to check in. I tried Spirit Airlines. Checked in. It says you're too early to check in for your flight. No, I didn't check in yesterday. All I want to do is print the baggage tag so I can carry it on the plane. Still too early, so I grabbed my phone and I started looking. At 1:07 a.m. Spirit canceled that flight and scheduled me for Monday morning at 6 a.m. And I'm like, no, not gonna fool me once. I'm not gonna do it again. So I was able to get my money back, thank goodness. But then I got home later in the day and I started looking for my driver's license. Because I had put my phone, my mask, and my driver's license, everything else went in my backpack. Couldn't find my driver's license. Gone. So I'm thinking that the worst here. It's a holiday, so I won't be able to go take care of it tomorrow. No, I'll take care of it Tuesday. I call Spirit, nobody's answering the phone. And so I went, my daughter drove me back out to the airport. Went to the American, I looked around, went to the American counter, nobody was at Spirit. She said, oh, you have to go downstairs, they'll pay. Sure enough, somebody picked up my driver's license and turned it in. The manager said, I've got it. And he said, but we're gonna have to wait for a few minutes because I locked myself out of the office. And that's the way, I've been there 100 times. So I'm good with that. Okay, but they had it, so my faith was not in Spirit Airlines.
I got a cute idea for my second sister was in Canada and Central West Canada. And the first night or so they moved in, they went out on the little patio and they locked themselves out. The door off. So they finally found a neighbor. So then they called the locksmith. So the locksmith came in, he opened the front door. Now can you show me your driver's license if you live? They had to get the closing papers out for the buying of the condo.
Oh my goodness. Anyone else this morning? Yes, sir.
Happy. I heard from my daughter Jane that the wedding date has been set for Friday, August. Out in Seattle.
All right.
And a couple weeks vacation coming up in August.
You got a lot of Irish people coming?
That's too early to tell. I doubt
Yeah. Anybody else this morning? Fine group trade show I went to was successful. So good deal. Good deal. Anybody else this morning? Yes, sir.
Well, I've been noticing in the news bulletin that I haven't been wearing my badge on a regular basis and getting fined for it in the news bulletin, even though I've been wearing it. So I thought I owe it for the times that I've been quoted out. Yeah.
Are you saying the newsletter editor is in error?
I would never say that.
Because you could be doing this.
You too.
That's why I here's my dollar.
That's why as Sergeant at Arms and Secretary, I never say anything. Dave said, yeah, I can go, okay, Dave, what do you like to do? That's fine. So, oh, yes, ma'am. We'll get Bob's. Okay. All right, good deal. Okay. Yeah.
Just a reminder, if anyone's interested, that R12 open house at the Overland Plaza area location is tomorrow from 11 to 1. Lunch is provided, and you can check out R12.
Okay, and I think I read the email from Governor Margie, correct, that today is Rotary's birthday? 117th birthday. Good, okay, fantastic, 117 years of doing good in the world. You want to introduce the speaker, or shall I? Okay, you so kind. Our speaker this morning is from the YMCA, the Edward Jones YMCA, Martin Caupp, right? I remember that. Good day. And he just got a presentation for us about the why. So the stadium, the podium is yours, sir.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you for inviting me. I hate to call this a presentation, I feel like it was oversold. And I'm happy to be here and talk about the why and kind of our mission and what we do in the community. And I have to be fully transparent. I had to ask Gary for the down and dirty on the Rotary Club. Someone that's still in my 40s, I'm not very familiar with your guys' work, but you filled me in, and I do appreciate that. And so I'm glad to be here today. So I am from the Edward Jones Family YMCA. I'm the senior program director up there, and I point that way because we're up on the hill at Bennington and Marine. So if you guys are familiar with the area down up there, this time of day, it's actually quite pretty because we look out over everything and you can see quite a sunrise every morning. So nice little location there. We've been in that location for about 20 years. Actually, the building is 22 years old at this point. Are any of you guys members? No? One member?
I've got a silver sneakers.
Okay. I'm going to talk about those in a few minutes, actually. But for those of you that have already said you guys were members at the Northwest Y, we actually have a piece of that old building in our building. So that old neon red sign that hung out front of the Northwest Y, the YMCA, that's actually in our facility now. So trying to just keep a little bit of the history alive. Say that again?
Originally called the
Was it? Yeah. So our principle at the Y is to put Christian principles into practice through programs that embody healthy spirit, body, and mind. And we do that a lot of different ways, especially at my branch. Swim lessons, we offer summer camps for kids, just membership at the Y, enabling people to exercise and participate in fitness. We are part of a 24 branch association here in the St. Louis region, and we are Join One, Join All. So my friend back in the back that's had a Silver Sneakers membership, we treat Silver Sneakers and what we also call Renew Active members the same as we do a paying member. They get membership or access to all of our facilities in the St. Louis region. So if for whatever reason you're way down in South City and you're working out down there, or you're having lunch down there and you want to get in a swim or a workout, you can always check in at one of those branches. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Silver Sneakers or Renew Active, it's a membership that's typically paid for through your insurance, depending on your insurance type that you choose. You actually don't make any dues payments to us, and you're not limited to one facility. So if you get a membership at the YMCA and for some reason one of your kids invites you to come join their gym, you could do the same thing at their gym as well. We are, after talking with Jerry, he kind of filled me in on a lot of the work here in St. Louis that you guys do, coats and things like that. That's something that we try very hard to participate in. So I hope that in the future, as we kind of evolve and grow, I can talk with Jerry and we can see how we can participate together. We have what's called annual campaign at the YMCA, and our annual campaign is what we use to make the Y affordable to anyone, especially those that don't have the ability to pay. So I'm the financial assistance individual at my branch, and twice a week I get applications in from people that for whatever reason they say they can't afford our dues or they need to be able to participate in our programs at a lower reduced rate. And so we go through their information and do everything we can to make sure that those kids have a place to be, whether it's through reduced swim lesson fees, summer camp fees, things like that. Our annual campaign is quite large. My branch, every year, our goal this year is $216,000. That's one of the larger ones in our association, just because of the size of our area, and our proximity here to Westport Plaza. There's 3 big businesses over there that are stewards of the community, if you will, to the tune of anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 donations to our branch. And so that makes it incredibly easy for us to participate in our annual campaign.
What is your area considered?
So my area is it's unique, with 24 branches. As you start to go further south on 270, you run into the Brentwood Y, which we call Mid-County and Kirkwood. As you move further north, you don't run into the Emerson Y until you get to 270 and Florissant Road. So we're all of this Maryland Heights area, Overland, even parts of St. Charles County, because there's in St. Charles County, there's the St. Charles Y at Cave Springs, and then the O'Fallon, Missouri branch. So this area it's large. I like to refer to it as a cultural melting pot, just because of the expansive diversity of those in my service area, especially here just in this Maryland Heights area. A lot of the apartments, we have a huge Indian population, a lot of Asians in the apartments that are over here. And so it's a very, very fun branch to be a part of, and just, be there. I know everybody's here having a cup of coffee. The YMCA, some people know us for our coffee. We provide coffee every morning. You bring your own cups. You can come in, sit down in the lobby, enjoy your friends for a couple hours, get in a class, and just hang out, be part of our community as well.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, a couple of things. We had 2 kids we belonged years ago with the kids, and the swim classes, the pool, the camps were great. They weren't real wild about Greensfelder every summer, but they learned. But I will also say, in all honesty, we had to several times, shall we say, take advantage of the financial aid that you all did. And how you treated people then, and I'm assuming it would be the same now, with dignity and respect, is really a breath of fresh air, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah.
It does make a difference, and it does help.
Yep. And that's, for me, the most challenging part of that is a lot of people are unwilling to ask for help. They feel that it's a hit to their pride to ask for that assistance. So I have to creatively find a way to offer it up and make sure that they know that that's something that we do through our programs. So I've been talking very fast. I apologize for that. Are there any other questions that you guys have?
How has COVID affected your membership and everything like that?
It has decimated. I hate that word, but it has really hurt us. We'll just say March of 2020, I had 3,000 membership units at my branch. We closed on March 17th and reopened on June 15th. And when we came back, our membership went down to 1,500 units. And so we've done a little bit of this as we've started to come back. We had high hopes for January, but with Omicron rearing its ugly head, it really hurt. And so luckily we didn't go down again. But we had some lofty goals for this year that we're going to have to work hard to growth to. So masks have been a constant point of contention. I came in wearing mine today. Hopefully the county administrator, Dr. Page, hopefully he's going to loosen that up come next week, and we can be done with them and just making a mask recommended, and that way people that want to wear them are more than welcome to. Yeah.
I forget how many years it's been, but probably been 4 or 5 when I was attending there. You did a phenomenal job with remodeling. I felt like the place was completely repainted and pool was reworked, but I just forgot coming. Were you there then, or do you remember how long ago that was?
I've been there for 4 years and some change. I got January 1st was my employment date. And so I don't remember us doing a remodel. We're actually working with a couple local corporations to see about some sizable gifts so that we can actually go through a major renovation to the tune of $3 million is what we're hoping for. If we can do that, the shell of the building will still be there, but the inside will be very different. And so we're looking to expand the fitness centers, rework the locker rooms, so there's more opportunity for families to come in and change as families. Right now, the way it's set up, we have a very large men's locker room with a boys' room attached to it, and the ladies' locker room is the same. And between the two is a small hallway for families. Obviously, families have become large, the target of our population. And so we're trying to make it more reasonable for them to have that opportunity to get changed and use the pool facilities.
Is your capital campaign just good for ones or overall?
So our capital campaign is actually association wide. Many of our branches have gone through some significant renovations. Emerson is one of them. Chesterfield is currently going through a very nice remodel with some facelift opportunities, if you will. The South City branch was remodeled a year and a half ago. The nice thing, actually, the South County branch. The South County branch is currently partnering with the St. Louis Cardinals, and we're building what they're calling a field of dreams there. So if you're familiar with what Mike Matheny did in the Chesterfield Valley, a baseball field for people with special needs, we're building one of those on the property at the South County line as well, in conjunction with the Cardinals. So I know you had mentioned Archwell. We're actually partnering with Archwell. Archwell's in our branch a couple of days a week right now. Just getting their name and recognition out into the community. So we're working really hard right now. My boss keeps pushing me to Chamber of Commerce meetings, which I absolutely loathe. I love coming to something like this to talk to people that want to talk to me, but those I just don't do well. So I try and stay under the radar and avoid those as much as I can.
Could you tell us how you really feel? just one.
I let my boss do those, and I come to these.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm incredibly proud to be a part of the organization. I grew up in municipal parks and recreation, so I grew up in St. Charles County at the St. Peter Recplex and Overland, Missouri, Vermont Spirit Center. But this is a different place. This is a place for community and a place that cares a lot. So, yeah.
What's your background?
I did a lot of youth sports. So I ran youth sports for the city of St. Peter's and the city of Overland. I did a lot of day camp programs and things like that. And I was actually at the city of Overland when we built the Renowned Spirit Center. So that was a very neat experience. But like I said, it's just so different being part of a not-for-profit that, we're not so concerned about, that city is, more of a whole organization trying to make sure everybody's taken care of.
Why does before and after care in the schools?
That's right. Jerry was telling me that he was part of Rittner. Our service area at my branch, we are part of the Pattonville. So Drummond Elementary, Parkway, or Parkwoods. There's 4 elementary schools that we're part of. So in the mornings, parents can bring their kids to school as early as 6:30 a.m. Our staff will take care of those kids until school starts. And then after school, teachers, students will move to a central location where our staff will be there to make sure those kids, a lot of people would refer to that as a latchkey program, but we call it Y Club at our branch. And our day camp is very similar. We have fun club in the morning at 6:30. It goes until 8:40 in the morning. Day camp day is 8:40 to 4 p.m. And then we also keep the kids after day camp.
The Vandalia branch, we have property in Montgomery County, and the closest fly is Vandalia. I stopped by there. Are they considered part of this area? I stopped by and talked to the lady about the Renew Active, and she said, "Oh, just get a card from us and you go to NAY in the nation." And
yep. So Vandalia is not one of our branches. We go as far east as O'Fallon, Illinois. We go as far west as O'Fallon, Missouri. And then south would be South City, South County. In Potosi, we have our Camp Lakewood. That's part of our association as well. But Renew Active, she's exactly right. It's as simple as bringing your insurance card in. We check your membership status with Renew Active. We issue a scan card. Technically, per policy, you're not considered a nationwide member. Okay. Most branches are going to allow you in. All you have to say is that you're a member of the St. Louis, the Gateway Region YMCA. But yeah, it's a great opportunity. We refer to them as I say them, a lot of the gentlemen in here are active older adult population. What we would call you guys.
When I saw your title, Senior Activities Program, I'm thinking, oh, they're sending the people to speak to the old folks.
There we go.
But, I'm assuming that that you're the senior of in the hierarchy.
Yeah, my program responsibility areas are health and wellness and membership. And so I do all of the group exercise programs, which are all included in membership. We're a little bit different than a lot of community recreation facilities, or that's considered an add-on in a lot of facilities. But the Y, that's included in your membership. So if you want to take a silver sneakers class or a water fitness class or something like that, that's all included in your membership. Typically, it starts at 65. A lot of folks, if there's any disabilities involved, a lot of times your Medicare or Medicaid will step in your eligibility, goes down. Oh, somebody else has something. I do appreciate you guys inviting me out here. I know I tend to ramble and talk on and on, but I've got some business cards in my car. I'm going to run out there and grab those so that I can share with Jerry. At Christmas time, we do what's called our angel tree. And so our angel tree is an opportunity for members to take an angel off the tree. And people that are on our financial assistance roles have an opportunity to put a little Christmas wish list for their kids. We also allow members to donate hats and gloves. And they'll literally just come in and throw them on our Christmas tree. And it looks pretty ridiculous seeing this giant Christmas tree that's littered with hats and gloves. But knowing that you guys do coats, a lot of times we're looking for places that we can take those hats and gloves to, and if we can maybe partner up and figure out a way that we can get those out in the community, that would be a good use of my time as well. Any other questions before? Yeah.
We're a small club, obviously, but we're always looking to grow our membership. What interest would the Y have in some kind of a membership? We have what we call a corporate membership, where the Y itself could be a member and then different representatives could attend meetings. Would the Y have interest in doing something like that?
Probably yes, I would say. We're doing a lot right now to get out into the community. That's one thing we
love network.
In small groups.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've been to those chamber meetings. I understand.
Yeah.
So historically, this club, we started in 1947. I think the original one started in 48. But we have been very active early on to support the YMCA. Over time, we had directors who were members of our old club, and our members.
I helped chair one of those couple of foundation guys.
We had members of the board with Turk, chairing the board of the Northwest County.
Did we not also do a project for the handicap entry? Yeah. Into the pool of the wine? Yeah. The old.
Oh, the old, okay.
The old one, yeah.
Yeah, so we've been, historically, we've been supportive of YMCA.
Yeah, I would say yes. I mean, just because I know how hard we're trying to get out and increase our community outreach. Like I said, right now they're trying through Chamber of Commerce and things like that, but I see this as a personally better use of our resources. Consider Rotary.
You can see we're a fun group. We're not something.
That's right.
You just have to talk slowly and a nutshell.
And maybe repeat 3 or 4 times and,
Oh, God.
What is the staff at your location? What's the hierarchy of the staff?
So my branch, we have one of the 4 district vice presidents. Our association has 4 district vice presidents. Tricia is housed out of our branch. My supervisor is the executive director of our branch. Her name is Tracy, and then myself, and then we just kind of go down into other program area directors. I'm sure you guys have seen all of the news about staffing. Staffing is an incredible challenge right now. Unfortunately, we're at this place where some days the pool can't be open just because we don't have enough lifeguards. If somebody were to call in sick or, unable to come in. As far as keeping the building open and running and stuff, we're doing a really good job with that, but there are certain areas that will get closed based on staff availability. So it's a challenge right now.
How many full-time employees?
About a dozen. We probably short another 5 or 6 full-time staff. You know, the lady that runs our Y Club, she's literally at a site every day right now because she's so short-staffed, and she's having to facilitate a lot of those sites instead of having staff that can run them for her. So a lot of staff that we're still missing. But as a not-for-profit, it's just kind of comes with the territory.
What type of opportunities would you have? You know, I tell you, we were working with the food pantry for service opportunities that we could get involved with. I mean, it's because obviously we're a service organization, we want to do things. COVID has really shut us down. We're just as antsy as you are to get out and do rather than just buy, you know, and provide things. But are there opportunities like that for volunteers at the Y?
There are, absolutely. We have a volunteer website that people come in, they fill out the volunteer information, become volunteers with us. In my head, I've got this idea, this lofty goal of creating a situation where our members buy into our social responsibility, and both through mind and body, they go out and they become stewards of our social responsibility, kind of donate their time and things like that. So that's something that I would like to work towards myself and make available for our member units. I mean, as an association, we've got about 45,000 people in St. Louis that are members of the YMCA. And so it'd be really nice if we can put those people, you know, release them on the community and do good in the community. That's my goal.
For those that volunteer right now, what do they do at the Y?
Unfortunately, like Jerry had said, a lot of the volunteer just doesn't exist right now because of COVID. When we had a lot of the social distancing restrictions and things, we just weren't letting people into the building because we had capacities based on our fire code and things like that. People couldn't come in. And so it's honestly kind of sunset itself, if you will. And it's something that we're working back towards, but right now it's just, I mean, even our book fair, we had one of the largest book fairs in St. Louis. People would come and donate books at any local branch. The books would be trucked down to Queen Park, and we would take over that rink for a solid week, and the book fair has gone away. And that's, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of books, and even more money that people would donate to the Y. It's gone because of COVID.
Has there been a continuation of the partner with the Central American Y?
We're sending a contingent of, actually it's an opportunity for some high school students to go to Belize this year. We're doing interviews for that coming up very, very soon. The last one we did was, actually we sent a contingent to London, and they met actually, I think, with some of the Ukrainian YMCAs over there. That was right pre-COVID. And so
we partnered with Colombia.
Yep, and they're really trying to branch out globally and make sure that all of our sister YMCAs and brother YMCAs are included.
Now, there's a YWCA also. Is they all an umbrella organization, or are they a separate organization?
It's actually a separate organization. Yep. So we've got Y of the USA. They're headquartered in Chicago, and then that funnels down to us. But YWCA is going to be a completely separate organization. I saw your info.
So,
No. Okay. All right.
one of the things that, just to piggyback off of your volunteerism, I was, it's basically the Oasis program where adults go in and tutor students. And I teasingly tease my daughter, I lost 3 volunteer jobs within a month. I was volunteering in her classroom 1 day a week. And on the day that I helped tutor, so basically it was Wednesdays, I would go leave here, tutor a student for 1 hour, and then just work in her classroom. And then COVID stopped that. So then I was watching my grandsons as they were virtually learning, and then they went back to school. So I lost that job. And then the part-time kids, since schools were completely shut down, I lost that too. So I lost 3 volunteer jobs because of COVID. But, yeah, it has really hurt. within the school district, because there were probably 20 people that did that.
Yeah, Oasis is an organization that I'm familiar with. Just I'm trying to find a way that we can find some adult educators that can come into our member base and teach them technology. We have an app. We've moved to an app now, so you can always find our schedules online and things like that. You can make reservations for our classes. It's a different conversation having with an older adult how to operate that app and how to use it. Some of them are very fearful they're going to break something, and once we get their phone in our hands, we can get them through it and show them how easy it is. But it's always interesting how if they're having that conversation with a younger person, they're a little more tentative. But if that is had with an individual that's similar in age, it goes much better. So I'd love to have Oasis or somebody of that age be able to come to those places. Okay, well, I'll step away. I really appreciate you guys letting me come in and talk and ramble to you. And if you guys do come to the branch, I would love to give each of you a tour individually. If you come in, I would ask that you ask for me. And I'm happy to show you around, show you what we do, and try and convince you to get a membership. Because there's a lot of you that are you probably don't even know that you have access to Silver Sneakers. But that's something we could look up in just a matter of minutes and let you know if you've got access to it. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything for the good club?
And Bob and I are meeting with Mike Stewart, the president of the Pride and Promise Foundation. Right after this meeting about the scholarships, and found it kind of interesting. I sent him a copy of the agreement, and he was not aware of it whatsoever. One of the emails he
What do
sent.
they do with the money they got?
Well, it's there. We had a board meeting last night, and that was brought up, and it was mentioned that it was the Ted Mack and Overland Rotary. It apparently, this document was not passed along in the change of presidents. So it kind of sent off bells when he emailed me back and said, by the way, what on earth does the Overland Rotary Club have to do with this? Right. So I said, I was a member, and here's an agreement that was signed, and so he was very appreciative.
I think we have to know how.
Exactly. So that's a good thing. Amanda Powers, the young lady that reached out to Todd, and I talked to her. She seemed very excited about joining. She would not be able to attend meetings, so I told her that's not a problem. We just want people to help us be good. So I'm waiting her. We have a confirmed Lila. Matter of fact, I'm going to get an extra snack cake at Lila this year because I set a personal record for registering students at Lila early. So through a teacher named Matt Alonzo, who's one of our educator counselors, he gave me the name of the young lady at Emily. She and I have been corresponding, got her signed up, I registered. She got her mail from Valerie yesterday saying, welcome. Matt and I got our little gold stars. Usually I'm kind of begging for people to allow me to register them late. So,
I know her. She knows that.
no. And then one of the Ritter students, the one that I had picked out as first, she asked if there could be two people from Ritter because she was counting on the other person from Ritter as a ride to and from Warrensburg. And I said, well, unfortunately not, we don't have the funds. I'm gonna reach out to the other person, the other name I have for Ritter. So I asked her what grade she was in. She said, I'm a 10th grader. I said, great. We'll keep in mind next year as well. Pretty good. February, we're So anyway, we should have 2 students going. And they reach out to some of the other clubs in the area to see if there's a possibility if they don't have somebody. They don't have a student and their club is going to find. I got an email from counselor in Fort Zoomwald who contacted Valerie. Valerie gave her my name, so I contacted. I wasn't quite sure which club was around Fort Zoomwald North, so I emailed the St. Charles clubs that are around there in Fallon, and one of those is going to pick up the student to go to Willa. So I may send out an email to presidents around here and say, hey, does anybody have room for an extra student?
I know it's our name, changed to going to Spirit of St. Louis, and you had this bad incident with Spirit Airlines down there. Changed their name.
It wasn't really bad. I mean, everybody that I dealt with after the email came 4 hours before I was supposed to be at the airport were very kind. I'm not sure I want to trust it. Yeah. Yeah. I had even gone Monday if they let me know Sunday night.
Other than me, I think I trip on Thursday too.
Steve, my brother's down in Dallas and supposed to come home tomorrow. And he was talking earlier, he said, yeah, it won't be any big deal. There's 5 flights, Dallas to St. Louis, 3 of the 5 are already canceled. It was yesterday afternoon. And it's Thursday, so they're, so he said, we can kind of keep an eye on it. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, 50-50 chance now.
We're headed from the farm this afternoon, so they're taking it off and we pick up Bridget, right? It was telling Dave, I got a text from Bridget. Oh, I didn't know it was about, what was it, 6:30? 6:30, about 6:30 that Bridget called for an early dismissal. So that's Bruce texted Dave and said, I'm not gonna be able to be there today, so. Yeah. There you go, did it, no, I don't know. 064. Whoever wants the second ticket. All right, very good.
Dave's already rearranged, so they.
Now they got my city.
The only reason I
Really
lost
had
it
your
is-
one.
the only reason I lost it is 'cause she
You
wasn't
get a
there.
chance to pull, if you pull the Joker, you win the pot. So, pot continues to rise.
What do you know?
Lucky 7.
So now it rolls over again.
What's our program next?
Next week is,
On the second, isn't it?
no, that's week, no,
Week after.
week after. Next week is, I've got it, and it's a lady from, one of the, council people from Maryland Heights. That she and I'll be meeting after the meeting to talk about what, she said, to talk about what the club wants to hear. Yeah, I know it's more of a week, but that's okay. No, no. So,
What we want to hear is that there's going to be a Maryland Heights City Corporate Center. Everybody have a great week.
I'm still.
Thank you. Thanks, Brian.
talks with the chief. One of the lieutenants is really volunteering.